You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
All right, strap in everyone, because today we are diving headfirst into one of the rivalries that just has the internet going bonkers. The Bills and the Chiefs. You know, you've sent over just a mountain of searches on this, and it is so obvious that this matchup has gotten its claws into all of you.
It's really more than just your typical, casual fan kind of searches, right?
Yeah.
They're talking searches for really specific stats. You'd think everyone's out there getting ready for their own coaching meetings.
I know, right? It's like Kansas City Chiefs versus Buffalo Bills match player stats. That is some hardcore analysis. That's not just I want to see who won, what was the score. That's what's going on under the hood. So what do you think is making everyone dig so deep into all the numbers?
Well, I think you got to consider those key matchups. Those are the things that really make this rivalry what it is. You know, like Mahomes versus Allen. All of a sudden, you're looking at their passing yards, the touchdowns, even the interceptions, right? Those things become these little mini battles inside the bigger war. And I think fans, they really track those stats religiously, almost like they're trying to predict who's going to have that advantage.
Yeah, it's like every completion, every stack, it all becomes another data point in this ongoing saga of the Bills and Chiefs rivalry. But you know what I noticed too? There's a ton of searches for today's game, who won, and the score.
Yeah, that's that real-time obsession, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to be a fan and follow a team, but with the Bills and the Chiefs, it feels like every single play has so much weight to it. Fans are just absolutely glued to their screens, just waiting, needing those updates.
Yeah, and it's not just any game that's getting everyone glued to their screens. There's a pretty clear pattern here. AFC Championship, so it's not just about winning in the regular season, is it?
No, absolutely not. You know, the AFC Championship, that's the golden ticket to the Super Bowl, right? And I think it's no secret. These two teams have faced off at that crucial stage so many times, especially recently. It's practically what this rivalry has become known for. You know, whoever takes that game usually goes on to rep the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's just a huge power struggle with sky-high stakes.
Which brings us to another really interesting group of searches that we saw. So you have Super Bowl history, Mahomes Super Bowl wins, and then, of course, the age-old question from every Bills fan out there: have the Bills ever won a Super Bowl?
Oh, man, you can just feel the pain in that last one. But it really says a lot about how much history weighs on this rivalry, especially for the Bills. I mean, they've gone to the Super Bowl, 4 times? And all 4 in a row, but never clinched that victory. It's the kind of heartbreak that sticks with you.
And then on the other side, you have the Chiefs, who've had that Super Bowl glory recently, and Mahomes, who already has, a couple wins under his belt. It's like the Bills are constantly trying to play catch-up, trying to outrun those Super Bowl ghosts, while the Chiefs are out there looking to cement their reign.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly that whole past versus present thing. It just adds so much tension to every single matchup.
Yeah.
It's bigger than just winning on game day. It's about legacies, it's about narratives, and it's about who gets to walk away with that football immortality.
And, before we can even talk about watching these games, we've got to acknowledge just how many people are searching for streaming options.
Yeah.
So we've got where to watch Chiefs versus Bills, Bills versus Chiefs channel, Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's the struggle of every modern fan these days. Remember the good old days when you could just turn on your TV and find the game? It's a whole new world out there.
Yeah.
Now it's all about streaming services and channels and trying to figure out who even has the rights to show the game you want to watch.
Yeah, it's like you've got to do all this digital detective work just to watch the game. But, once you've jumped through all those hoops and you're finally watching, you're not just watching teams go head-to-head. You're watching individual stories play out. We saw a lot of searches for specific players. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Von Miller. Even coaches like Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah, that's when it goes beyond just rooting for your team's jersey. That's when you start to get invested in the people. It's about the personalities that drive these rivalries.
Okay, but now we got to talk about some of the weird ones. Because in the middle of all those straightforward searches, there are some that just make you go, huh. So we have some for weather in Kansas City, B-2 bomber, and Lamar Hunt.
I know, those ones really make you think. It's like some fans are trying to dig into the stuff that's happening around the game. Like,
Yep.
What's the stadium like? What's the culture of the city? Even the history of the Chiefs themselves.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, okay, I want the stats. I want to know how to watch the game, but I also want to get the full story.
Right. It's like they're searching for that deeper meaning. They're realizing that there's a whole lot more to this than just what happens on the field.
And they're starting to peel back the layers, uncovering the stories within the bigger story.
And that's the thing, the Bills-Chiefs rivalry, it's not just about two teams on a field. It's about the people, the places, and all of the little things that have brought them together.
Exactly. It's like the history of the whole dang thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, give me the whole backstory. And speaking of backstories, you mentioned Lamar Hunt earlier. That's not a player, right?
Nope. Lamar Hunt is way bigger than just one player. He was like one of the founding fathers of the whole AFL, the league that eventually merged with the NFL. And he was the owner of the Chiefs from the very beginning, like a total visionary who helped shape the game into what we know and love today.
Wow. Okay, so when fans are out there searching for Lamar Hunt, they're not just looking at the guys on the field now. They're going all the way back to the roots of the Chiefs, trying to figure out where they came from.
Exactly. It's like tracing their family tree or something, trying to find those threads that connect the Chiefs of today to their past, to really understand the heart and soul of the team.
That's pretty cool when you think about it. Okay, but how about B-2 bomber? Any thoughts on that one? Is there like an Air Force base near Arrowhead or something?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, we don't know exactly what's going on in this particular fan's head, but we can definitely try to connect the dots. So we know Kansas City has a long history with the aviation industry. Is it possible that there's a sense of pride there? Like they see the Chiefs as this powerful force, and they're connecting that to the B-2 bomber, which is a symbol of American might. Or maybe it's something more specific to the stadium itself. Like maybe there's a tradition of a flyover at Arrowhead, or a certain song they play during the game that mentions bombers. It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah, that's what I like about this. We're not just like reporting what people are searching for. We're really trying to get inside their heads, to understand how fans are experiencing this rivalry. And it's not just about the big picture stuff. You mentioned earlier how everyone's digging into the player stats, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Those searches for individual players, like how many yards Josh Allen threw that day or Travis Kelce's stats, it just shows how much fans appreciate the details, They really want to understand the little things that make a difference in the game.
It's like they're not satisfied with just knowing that Mahomes is great. They want to break it down. Figure out what makes him so dangerous. What are those special skills that give him an edge over everyone else?
Totally. It's like they're looking for those hidden advantages that could swing the whole game.
And they're not just stuck in the present either. Remember all those searches for future matchups. AFC Championship Game 2024, Bills versus Chiefs 2025, even three-peat.
I know. It's like they're already writing the next chapter in their heads, trying to predict how this whole rivalry is going to play out. Will Mahomes stay on top? Can Allen finally get his hands on that Super Bowl ring? They're looking ahead, thinking about the future just as much as they're focused on the present.
Yeah, they're not just watching this story unfold. They're actively participating in it.
Exactly. And that's what makes rivalry so interesting, right? It's like a living, breathing story that just keeps evolving. Every game is a new page. And the fans are just dying to know what happens next.
But even with all this anticipation, all this analysis, there's still this element of mystery, right? Like, we can guess what people mean when they search for a B-2 bomber, but we don't actually know for sure.
That's the cool part. It means that everyone gets to bring their own perspective, their own experiences to the table.
Right, like it's open to interpretation.
Exactly.
So if we had to sum all this up, what would be the big takeaway for our listeners today?
I'd say, don't just sit back and watch this rivalry happen. Get in there. Engage with it. Your searches are showing us that you're really understanding this, It's not just surface level stuff. You're digging deep. You're not just casual fans. You're invested. You want to connect with this rivalry. You want to understand it. And you're not afraid to explore the weird stuff, too.
And that's honestly the coolest part. This whole deep dive wasn't just about giving you all the answers. It was about giving you something to think about. Sparking that curiosity. What other connections can you find? What stories are hidden in those searches.
Yeah, keep digging. Keep asking questions. You never know what you'll find, both about this rivalry and about yourself as a fan.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. But remember, the exploration doesn't have to stop here. Keep those searches coming, keep those brains working, and we'll see you next time for another wild ride into the world of information. I think it just goes to show, it feels like all of you listening are really looking for more than just the game itself. You want to get that deeper connection. You want to understand the history, like you're building this whole world in your head.
And these searches, those are the pieces you're using to build it. Think about the ones we keep talking about, B-2 Bomber and Lamar Hunt. Those aren't just random facts. They're clues.
Okay, so let's put on our detective hats for a minute. What do you think a B-2 Bomber search could mean in this whole Bills-Chiefs thing?
Well, we already know Kansas City has that big connection to the aviation industry. Could be a pride thing? Like maybe they see the Chiefs as this symbol of strength, kind of like how the B-2 Bomber represents America's military power. Or maybe it's something more specific about Arrowhead Stadium itself, like a flyover they do before the game. Or maybe there's a song they play that mentions bombers.
See, that's what I find so fascinating. We're not just looking at a list of searches. We're actually using them to try and understand what's going on in the minds of the fans. And it's not just the big overarching stuff either. We talked about player stats, too, how everyone's really diving into those.
Yeah, that's a big one. When people search for things like Josh Allen passing yards today or Travis Kelce's stats, it tells me that they really care about the details. They want to understand the nuances of the game.
Yeah, it's like they're not content with just saying Mahomes is a great player. They want to know why. What are the specific things that make him so good? What makes him stand out from everyone else?
It's like they're trying to break down his game, find the secrets to his success.
Yeah, and they're not just stuck in the here and now either. Remember all those searches for future games. AFC Championship game 2024, Bills versus Chiefs 2025, three-peat.
Oh yeah, they're already looking ahead, thinking about what comes next.
It's like they're writing their own fan fiction about how this rivalry will unfold.
Will Mahomes keep dominating? Will Allen finally get that Super Bowl ring? Those are the questions they're asking.
Yeah, it's about the future of this story just as much as it is about the present.
And that's what makes rivalry so compelling, isn't it? They have this life of their own. Each game is a new chapter, and the fans are along for the ride, eager to see where it goes.
But here's the thing. Even with all the data, all the predictions, there's still an element of mystery to it all. Like, we can make educated guesses about what people mean when they search B2 Bomber, but we don't really know for sure.
And that's okay. It leaves room for everyone to come up with their own interpretations, It means everyone's experience with this rivalry is unique.
Right, it's about personal connections.
Exactly.
So if we were to leave our listeners with one final thought today, what would it be?
I'd say, this isn't just a spectator sport. Don't just watch this rivalry unfold, be a part of it. All those searches you're doing, they show us that you're not just passively observing, you're actively engaged, you're passionate, you're curious, and you're not afraid to dig deep.
And that's what makes this so exciting, This whole deep dive wasn't about giving you all the answers. It was about sparking new questions. What other connections are out there? What other stories are waiting to be uncovered?
So keep those searches coming, keep those brains buzzing.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive, but remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. Keep those searches coming, keep those brains working, and we'll see you next time for another wild ride into the world of information.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.